What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and this is my review of the Neca Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Atomic Blast Godzilla, I think. It just says Godzilla. It just says Godzilla, but that's okay, my zillions. We're gonna call it Atomic Blast Godzilla, because that's what it's here for. It's atomic charged? How about atomic charged? How about Raver Godzilla? Yeah. How about post-apocalyptic punk Godzilla? How about Legion of Doom Godzilla? Whatever you want to call this Godzilla. This is their second attempt at the King of the Monsters, from the, similarly titled King of the Monsters. And where is it going? He's not placed in the middle, is he? That's because his tail wants to get in the way of my background. But does this fare better than the original one? If you recall, I had some issues with the original with the paint overall, even though it's a nice paint job. It's not really accurate, and the eyes are pretty off, and the jaw wasn't so great. Does this fare better? I can tell you right now, it does. It's a cooler looking paint scheme. It's a cooler figure overall. It's a cooler package overall. So there you go, guys. That's my opening. Let's get into the review. Alright, so this time, this NECA Godzilla 2019 comes with a couple of effect pieces. First off, we have the regular atomic breath piece, and it's okay. The plastic quality is the same as the Rodan wings, which, if you follow my reviews, I didn't like. I feel like it feels really fragile. So that's what you're getting here. There is a seam line down the center here, but otherwise, I think the sculpt is pretty good. I do like the white, gradiating into the blue, and then the light blue into the white again, so it's not bad. It's not badly done. This is a little bit different, too. We got a hole here, and you want to take it and put it in Godzilla's purple tongue there. You want to put Godzilla's purple tongue in this, and there is a little path here for teeth. You see that? So you wanna do something like that, or is it this way? No, it's definitely not this way. So that's how it would go, and that's how he would shoot his breath. The other piece it comes with is this blast effect, which is pretty cool, like this, explosion effect. Again, nice sculpt on it. It's very haphazard, or going all over the place, asymmetrical, and it's cool. You do have another seam line in here. This piece, I guess, was placed into here, glued in. But you got the white, you got the blue, you got a nice, you see that on that breath effect as well. This kind of white, silvery, brush effect going over it. It's pretty nice. I mean, you wouldn't expect any less from NECA. They do good shading and stuff like that. So, overall, this looks really cool. Now, there's a couple of ways. I mean, for one thing, on the box, it shows it up, but there's no way to do it. There are a couple of grooves in there. You see a groove in here, and there is a little notch there, but it doesn't stay. At all. So you're gonna, if you're shooting, say, the first version here, which really needs to be shot with some atomic breath, it's not gonna be easy to do. You're definitely gonna have to finagle it. This is definitely better off, if this guy wants to get out of the way, place it on the ground, having a shot like that, that works a little bit better. Get this guy's shadow out of here. So yeah, that would work a little bit better, like so. I really feel like it would be awesome if this kind of stuck to this, but there's nothing I'm doing here, and all I'm doing is scratching up a little bit of the paint at the edge here and in there, trying to get it to work. But individually, they're cool pieces. You can use this for many things. It's a good effect piece to have. It is that same plastic, though, so be careful with these. I do feel like this is like a shelf fall away from breaking. If you disagree with me, that's your opinion. But my opinion, in my experience, this type of plastic feels very, very brittle, so do be careful. Articulation, if you didn't get the first one, you got the jaw hinge. You got head here on a ball joint. Not getting a ton of motion out of it. You have a neck joint, but not a ton out of that. You do, I think it's ball jointed shoulders. Not a ton of motion out of that as well. You can get it in a little bit, so that's okay. Can't swivel it all the way around. Hinge at the elbow, and you can swivel that. Hinge at the wrist, and you can swivel that. You have a big joint at the middle. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. That was a little scary. So there it is, a big ball joint. You can't possibly move it. Oh, it's very tight on mine, but that's the point there. Whew. Sweating. Legs probably have the same thing going on, but you're just getting a swivel here. A little bit of outward motion. You don't get much going on in the legs at all. Can swivel it just a bit. And there is a hinge there, but man, oh, there we go. Clicked once there, clicked once there. So yeah, if you want, you your Godzilla stand up straight, which is very odd. Ugh, I don't know why you would want to do that. Holy Moses, that's tight. And then, yeah. The feet can rotate a bit. And maybe hinge forward a bit. I think they're on ball joints, not hinges. So there you go with that. Then you got some tail joints, few of them, which is good, all the way through to the end. Which the end has, I think, has a little bit of a bendy wire, or it could break right off. It didn't break right off. It feels kind of bendy, but yeah, stuff coming off here, which I don't get too much on NECAs. Now, that said, this guy, and this is even before it came out, feels a little loose, even in the legs. And the tail. Where did I put Big Godzilla here? Tail had that on the first one. It's loose, but it's not like this. See that? So yeah, this one is loose a little bit. The leg's not really. The tail is. But this one, I got a little more looseness there. At the midsection joint, at the legs, and definitely at the tail. So something to note there. There is already a little bit of mold degradation going on. That's what causes some of the looseness when you use a mold too often. But that's weird, and it's just the first time around, and you're already getting a little bit. So I fear for the meltdown version. It's not really a meltdown version, but whatever they're going to call it, Mothra Spirit version that's coming out later this year. We'll see how that one goes. Alright, since we have this guy out here already, let's do the comparison between the two. Already, you're getting a better head just because the eyes are whited out. The eyes are the worst part of this one, this first one. So the whiting of the eyes really helps. You don't get any of this, which is a very nice wash on this guy, but totally inaccurate in my opinion. So you're getting a darker, straight up plain charcoal gray Godzilla here with all of this stuff going on. So that's the differences between the colors there. We obviously know the difference between the actual mold and how it works. We just looked at that, but as far as the colors, we're going to get more in depth in that in a second. But I just want to show you what's different. That's the only real differences is the color, but the eyes really, really, really help this one along. Taking a look at this guy in full, the head. Okay, so I do like the eyes. However, I don't know what's going on with this head. I don't know what they were thinking with this paint job. It kind of looks like he's got mascara. Kind of looks like he's going to a rave. Kind of looks like some Mad Max 80s Thunderdome, face paint. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's gonna wrestle for the WWE, WWF at the time. I don't know. It's very strange with the purple and the that blue teal all around the eyes. It's not horrible. I'm definitely not saying it's not horrible, but it is a strange choice. And then the tongue, and there's some big vehicle coming by my house. Sorry if you heard that. The tongue is done in purple. I think there's a little bit of that green wash on there as well. See that? Looks kind of weird in there. A lot of purple. Even the teeth are a little purpled out. But otherwise, you know, the jaw is the thing that hurts these guys a lot as well. And it's the way they create the jaw. But in these colors, it doesn't look that bad. And I gotta say, you know, as much as I think the face paint looks silly, it definitely looks better than the first one. And that I'm appreciative about. You got that same teal and purple color scheme. I didn't really get purple out of the pictures. Those pictures were very black lighted. So I don't know if there's, you know, this will glow in black light. I don't actually have one, so can't really test that theory. But it does look decent. You know, a lot of the purple down here, and then going into a lot of this teal, with the base color being this charcoal gray again. You get a little bit on the arms. I do like the little streaks. I think that looks decent throughout, going down the thighs as well. The dorsal fins turn out pretty cool in these colors. There is a metallic to it, a metallic sheen, so it is not bad, you know. As much as I feel like it looks different in hand than it did in pics, I don't think it's bad. Chest has that purple sheen going on mostly, and you do see some of that green in the cracks, a lot of that green in the cracks, which definitely helps. You don't get anything down at the feet, you just got the glossy nail paint there. Same thing at the hands. Oh, actually, you do get some green there. What about the side? A little bit less. Oh, yeah, a little bit less. In person, it looks even less. I see it in my camera, it looks like it's a lot, but it doesn't look as bad there, so as thick there in person. You know, dorsal spins. The spines look good all the way down to the tail. So, and the sculpt, this right here looks like just a mess up right there, since it's the only thing there. But that's fine, whatever. But you know, sculpt wise, it's a good sculpt. Besides the jaw, it is a good sculpt. I said that about the first one as well. It's a good sculpt for sure. Has decent proportions. It looks the part. It's just the choices made on both this and the first one are a little bit odd. I wouldn't say they're terrible, but I wouldn't say it's fire as well, you know, as the kids like to say. Maybe the next one would be fire, because it looks like fire. Really, I hope that one is great, because that to me so far has looked like the paint job that I'll like personally the most. But we shall see. I mean, this is not bad though. I definitely like this better. You know, crazy rave head notwithstanding, I think this is fine enough. For your size comparisons, here is the new remastered Godzilla Monster of Monster figures. We will be taking a look at this. I actually wanted to take a look at this like yesterday, but honestly didn't have time to do a full crazy review. Ended up doing some smaller figures, even though that second one, the blind box Godzilla minis, took me forever to do because there was a lot of them. But still, definitely going to get to that one soon. They both look really good together. There's the same colors really going through this. I don't think there's any purple on this one, but they match very, very well. Here's the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2019, and I'm surprised we haven't gotten a repaint of that one yet announced, because that's a no-brainer. But just to show you what the 2014 Monster Arts looked like that had that. More subtle here, but it was more subtle in the movie than it was in the second movie, so I expect something like this from SH Monster Arts for the new movie one. If they do it, they gotta do it, right? Here it is with the Jax Rodan. I wish I had the Neca Rodan here somewhere, but I have no idea where I placed it. So, yep. But I do have the Neca Mothra, so there's that size comparison to end this off. And my final thoughts, it's not bad. I like it. You know, I'll say I like it. It's better than the first one for sure. I definitely like it better than that one. The spread effect is pretty cool. Again, be careful with the, you know, the plastic and falling and whatnot from high places. I wouldn't put it on your top shelf for sure with this in its mouth. I wish there was a better way to integrate this in a standing pose. That would have been good, but otherwise, I think this paint scheme, despite it being a little interesting with the purple, is pretty good. The face is a little odd, but I don't hate it. I mean, I'm definitely saying I don't hate it. It evokes everything I've said. Raves, post-apocalyptic, mascara, Legion of Doom, wrestling, whatever stable you wanna, tag team you wanna call it. It is. It's, you know, it's the Sting. He's the Sting of the King of the Monsters. And that's all fine because that's stuff I like. So it isn't the worst thing for me. I know folks might have an issue with that. I'm gonna say I don't. It's odd, but I'm gonna say I don't. So there you go, guys. I think my biggest issue, honestly, is that it's a little looser than the first one. So that's something to note and something to like really. I'm really interested to see how the next one comes out. So there you go, guys. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below, and if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Buy me a coffee on Coffee if you dig what I do. Become a zillion today. Till next time, peace out, peeps.